Better not happen again. We are now sending armed soldiers to the border. Those were the words of President Donald Trump this morning as he issued a stern warning to Mexico after receiving news of guns drawn on U.S. troops along the southern border. President Trump took to Twitter just a few hours ago to inform the public of the news. Mexico's soldiers recently pulled guns on our National Guard soldiers, probably as a diversionary tactic for drug smugglers on the border. Better not happen again. We are now sending armed soldiers to the border. Mexico is not doing nearly enough in apprehending and returning. Donald J. Trump, @RealDonaldTrump, April 24, 2019. Fox News also reported on the indecent developments. President Trump on Wednesday warned Mexico after their soldiers reportedly drew guns on U.S. troops at the border last week, while also calling on America's southern neighbor to do more to halt another northbound migrant caravan. Mexico's soldiers recently pulled guns on our National Guard soldiers, probably as a diversionary tactic for drug smugglers on the border. Better not happen again. We are now sending armed soldiers to the border. Mexico is not doing nearly enough in apprehending and returning. He tweeted. The president's tweets come after several Mexican military personnel reportedly questioned U.S. Army soldiers who were on patrol duty near the border in Texas. Mexican soldiers reportedly pointed their weapons at U.S. troops during the encounter. The Mexican soldiers reportedly believed that the U.S. Army soldiers were on Mexican territory. The president of the National Border Patrol Council, Brandon Judd, said over the weekend that these things don't just happen by accident. I don't know one Border Patrol agent that is going to accept this story that the Mexican military thought that these National Guardsmen were in Mexico, Judd said on Fox and Friends. We have hundreds upon hundreds incursions by the Mexican military into the U.S., yet we have very few incursions by Border Patrol agents into Mexico. President Trump also tweeting another warning on Wednesday morning. A very big caravan is headed through Mexico. President Trump threatened, once again, to close part of the southern border. A very big caravan of over 20,000 people started up through Mexico. It has been reduced in size by Mexico but is still coming. Mexico must apprehend the remainder or we will be forced to close that section of the border and call up the military. The coyotes and cartels have weapons. Donald J. Trump, @RealDonaldTrump, April 24, 2019. Despite all of the chaos, President Trump made sure he made time to praise Border Patrol and law enforcement agents. Can anyone comprehend what a great job Border Patrol and law enforcement is doing on our southern border? So far this year they have apprehended 418,000 plus illegal immigrants, way up from last year. Mexico is doing very little for us. Dems in Congress must act now. Donald J. Trump, @RealDonaldTrump, April 24, 2019. Let's see where this all goes. One thing is certain, we must resolve the crisis at the border once and for all. You might like previous post next post next. Let's block ads. Why?